Hey, I'm taking inventory right now, you guys. Just like Steve Harvey says, you might feel like you're down and you know you're just rock bottom, whatever it may be, but sometimes you just got to take a step back, take inventory of what you do have. You got two legs, you got your health, you got a house, you got a family, you got, you know, all these things to be grateful for. Sometimes you just really have to take a step back and smile. And what's really crazy is my multi-million-dollar uncle told me the same thing last week when I was coming to him with a business decision, and I wanted to ask him a few questions about what to do and like what he thought. And at the end of it, he told me, he said, Brian, where were you at last year? Where were you at the year before that? Do you keep growing? Do you keep getting more? Do you keep getting more? Because when I first started, I just had a push mower and a broom, and I was cutting yards for 40 bucks a piece whenever they called me. And now I'm standing here in my driveway and I got $40,000 worth of lawnmowers, like, and the sun is shining. I got my health, got a beautiful family, I got a roof over my head, beautiful house, beautiful truck. And I could sit here and think about all the crap that I also have too, but right now I'm taking inventory, and it's winning. And I'm also thinking about the last 3 years cutting lawns, and the days I was out sweating, and the days I was like, I don't want to do this, and the days where I was like, man, this is so hard, this is so tough. If I only had this, and I only had that, and I only had this, and I only had that. Because there was times this year where I was doing leaf cleanups and I was just like pouring down sweat, you guys. I was dying. I was just like sweating my butt off. And then there's been times where like the starter went out on this mower because of my fault. It was my fault. And then I was like, crap, you know. And then this one, it's got a flat tire, and you know, things happen, you guys. It's life. But if you work hard and you set goals and you move forward every single day and like just do a little something, just win one battle every day. Like Denzel Washington, he says he tries to set a goal for himself every single day. Can you imagine? And if things weren't tough, if things weren't hard, if goals weren't something that people went after, if life wasn't tough, there would be no Denzel Washington. Think about that. Denzel, one of the biggest actors and speakers of our time, said that. He said, if there wasn't all this, there wouldn't be me. And that's so true. And that's with anything that you guys do. So whether you got a push mower, whether you got a weed whacker, whether you got a busted van you use, and you're living at home with your mom and dad, like, you just have to be grateful for what you have. And if you want to change, you have the power to. Don't sit back and have a pity party, and I promise you there's not a single person on this planet that's coming to save you. Nobody gives a flying fart about what you got going on. Nobody knows about your struggle. Nobody cares about your struggle. Everybody's out taking care of themselves, and you might get a little handout here and there, but that's just going to make you feel like you're entitled to it, and you don't want that. You want to take the battle every single day that you possibly can, and you want to kick the living crap out of it. And I'm extremely grateful. Today has been a very grateful day, and nothing extraordinary has happened to me. I went and did a little bit of work today. You know, it's not like someone told me I was approved for a loan or I have something to be happy about or anything like that. It's just been an ordinary day. But I was listening to something, and Steve Harvey came on, and Steve, that's what he said. He said sometimes you just have to take inventory, and that's what he called it. He said sometimes you might not get that job, sometimes you might have that busted car, sometimes you might have something happen with your health, or you lose a family member, or maybe, you know, you get fired from your job, and then you might be feeling like it's the worst day on the planet. But you might have to just sit back, smile, and take inventory, because you might have things that other people wish and prayed and hope and asked themselves every day to get. You might have those things. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but there's some of you out there right now that are probably like, damn, Brian, you got 2 Standard EKs, 2 of them. I'm a solo operator. I have 2 of these mowers, and it's amazing. I love it. I thank myself every single day. I promise you, I take accountability for everything I do. I work my ass off for what I have. I'm definitely one of the hardest working people out there, and I'm not just talking about hard work. I'm talking about the brain. You know, sometimes you got to put a little work in for yourself, and I do every day. Every single day I got to do something, and there's plenty of time for you to take small victories, and also to just say, all right, I'm gonna celebrate this win, and that's totally fine. But sometimes, you know, you just got to grind for a week, 2 weeks, and it's not how a person's judged when they're on top. It's how they're judged when they're on the bottom. It's how they're judged when their bills are behind. They're foreclosed on their home. They're going through a divorce. They might have, you know, fallen into an illness, or they're filing for bankruptcy. You know, that's when you judge somebody. That's when the real man gets judged. Not when someone's cheering your name, not when everybody's telling you that you're doing great, not when, you know, your business is on top, it's making lots of money. That's not when you're judged. Nobody cares about that. That's easy. That's the fancy stuff. That's easy. That's really easy to be proud of yourself when you're profitable and you're raking in all the dough in the world. But when you're working 2 or 3 extra hours a week and you're really putting in that grind and you're doing those things that you really don't want to do, but like it's the small victories, man. They add up, I'm telling you. And take inventory. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Sometimes you just gotta take inventory, because I guarantee there's people out there that are doing way better than I am, and then there's people out there that are doing way worse than I am. So be humble, be kind, take inventory, enjoy life, smile, be happy, move forward, move that mountain, one stone at a time. You got this. See ya.